If Miami and Savannah had a chill baby, welcome to Jacksonville. Thanks so much for watching, friends. In today's video, I'm going over some pros and cons of why you might want to pick Jacksonville as your destination place to move to. I'm Niki Smith, a local realtor here in Metro Jacksonville, and I wanted to share with you my opinion plus other people's opinion of Jacksonville, Florida. So let's go. The number one pro of living in Jacksonville is you're gonna get more space for the price. Yes, if you're looking at Miami and you're looking at a 1-bedroom home, 2-bedroom home, it's gonna cost you big dollars. But here in Jacksonville, that same square footage is gonna be a lot less expensive. You're gonna get more yard, more space, and maybe even 3-car garage. So you're going to get more bang for your buck here in Jacksonville. No doubt about it. And I'm telling you, you will have to make a choice of where you want to live because we have options here in Metro Jacksonville. And this ain't no joke. I'm serious. You're going to have so many options, you're not even going to know what to do. But that's why I'm here to guide you. You let me know what your number one want, what your number one desire is, your budget. I'm gonna hook you up. Now, the number 2 pro of choosing Jacksonville is that you got water. You have your choice. If you want to head out to the ocean, we got the Atlantic Ocean right there. 22 miles of beaches that you get to access. Not just for the rich and the famous. No. Lots of beaches that you get to access. This is very, very nice. The other thing we have is the St. Johns River. Yes, it is right here in the heart of our city. So you get your freshwater activities. You can fish, you can kayak, you can surf, you can boat. Whatever your heart's desire when it comes to water, we got you. And of course, lots of pools and a lot of communities that have pools. You will find yourself options when it comes to water. So whether you want to head down to the ocean at the early morning so you can watch the sunrise, or go downtown to Avondale and see the sunset on the St. Johns River. Whatever your options, you got them here. It's such a beautiful, serene city to live in when you have so many water options. Next pro is the neighborhood. There is so many different types of neighborhoods here. Down in Springfield, it is historic. You have Riverside, historic, Avondale, San Marco, all historic. You're gonna find old houses, bricks, just little bungalows or big mansions. You're even gonna find downtown skyscrapers with condos with looking over the river. There are so many options here. If you want the suburban life, you can live in Shearwater. You can live in Nocatee. You can live in a golfing community. Wherever you want to live, you have options. You want access to the ocean? We have options here down at the ocean. Jacksonville Beach. We have options in Queens Harbor where you're right close to Intercoastal and you get access to get out to the ocean. Down in Arlington, you have access to the ocean. There's so many ways. And if you're looking for 55 and over community, we also have you covered from St. Johns County all into Duval and Clay County. There are options for you for 55 and over in different price points. So don't be dismayed. That's why you have to hire a professional like me to guide you through the process. Let me figure out exactly what you're really needing and help you find it. trust me when I tell you, the pressure will be on me, not on you, and it'll be such a fabulous experience. My next pro is our job-based instability. We have so many different types of occupations here. Whether you're in healthcare, logistics, military, tech, whatever you want to do in Jacksonville, you're going to be able to find a career here. We have CSX, we have Johnson & Johnson, we have Amazon, we have the train station, we have Port here, not to mention the Mayo Clinic, UF Health, Baptist South, Wilson. A lot of different hospitals are here, and then all the offsets that feed into those hospitals, they're all here. A lot of headquarters have moved into Jacksonville just so they can save some tax dollars because of our state tax, which is zero here in Florida. One of my other pros is the outdoors all year round. Yes, when October and November hit us, this is like our summer. What do I mean by that? This is when we come out more. This is when we're outside a lot because we enjoy the cool down. It can be in the 60s when you wake up, sometimes the 50s in October, November, and then it'll climb up just to 80. And 80 here in Florida, in Northeast Florida, does not feel like 80 down wherever you live. It actually feels cool. Yes, I know that sounds a bit strange, but it becomes sweater weather. It does, trust me. But you get to go out and enjoy this weather all year round. In the summer, you might be wanting to do things early in the morning or at dusk, but guess what? That's all a part of figuring it out once you move here. And one of my favorite tips is make sure you buy your ice cream just before you go home, because that might just melt because of the heat. We also have the largest urban park system in the entire country. More parks, more trails, more outdoor spaces than anywhere. This city is so charming. It is a huge city, but it has that small city vibe. And that's why I love living here. You will get to know your community if you want to. If you don't, it's up to you. But if you want to meet your neighbors, you can meet them here. So let's get into those cons right now, because there are cons. No city is perfect. No community is perfect. And one of the biggest cons here is insurance. And why? Well, one, it's because of the hurricanes. And two, it's because when years ago, when there was so much fraud going on with these roofing companies, it spiked up our insurance. So that happened because of some bad apples. What can we do about it? Well, now we have to make sure our roof is not old. If you live near the ocean, you're going to spend a little bit more money on insurance for your property. If you live near water where it could be in a flood zone, you're going to spend more money. That's just the way it is. But those people that want that lifestyle can usually afford that lifestyle. So let's not really just say that insurance is more expensive here. I've had people move here from the Miami area, and they said the insurance here was way cheaper what they paid in Miami. So it is all relative. It may be more expensive than you folks over in Connecticut, but the people who already live in Florida and maybe they live in the southern part, it's not going to be as bad for them. Just depends. And you know what? Even in Savannah, they're going to have issues with hurricanes. That is how the hurricane season works. It just happens. But thank God we have not had some major storm here in our Metro Jacksonville, something I'm very grateful for, but it is something you got to keep in mind. And one of the things I like to do is if you just select a home, we call up the insurance and we find out how much that home would cost you in your yearly insurance before you ever put a contract down. That is a service that we do here. All right, let's just keep it real. Not every realtor is going to be like me. That is the truth. I go over and above for my people. Number 2 con, the heat, the humidity, and the bugs. They are everywhere. You can't hide from the heat in the summer. except if you are in your air-conditioned home, your air-conditioned car, or your air-conditioned job. Not everybody has an air-conditioned job, but most people have an air-conditioned car and an air-conditioned home. So we can beat the heat. We have sweet tea here, and when I tell you it's sweet, you might not want to get it. It's way sweet. I usually like 50% unsweet and 50% sweet. That is the sweet spot when it comes to sweet tea. That's just a little tip. But yes, the humidity will make your hair grow, but your skin will be so soft and supple. Hey, I was up north recently. Right away, my eyes dried out, my throat dried out, my skin started getting itchy, and it wasn't even winter. So I'm like, Lord, I do not miss being this dried out. Thank you for the humidity. Con number 3, Jacksonville, as I mentioned before, it has the largest city per square mile than any other city in the whole entire United States of America. Yes, the biggest. Go check it out if you don't believe me. Because it's the biggest, you could have a friend that lives on the north side and you're living on the south side. It may take you 45 minutes to an hour to get to see your friend, even though they live in the same city as you. And God forbid, it's during the school season and you got behind the school buses. It could take even longer. So a 5 to 10 minute tweak, watching when the traffic is coming, because it's always based on those buses. So whether you're living on the south side, the west side, the north side, the beaches, you gotta figure out your time schedule. If you're working somewhere and most of your activities are somewhere else, you might have to do your errands around that schedule. It just makes sense. You can hang back a little longer, do some errands, and then get on the road. It'll save you some time and energy and sometimes frustration. So be very, very, very mindful. One of the other cons is we do have sometimes higher property taxes, there are CDD fees, and there are HOAs. Not every community in this country knows what a CDD is. Not everybody knows what an HOA is. But those are things that you will have to actually ask me. Does this community have those fees? Because if they do, that's going to bring your property tax bill up. And you're going to want to make sure you budget for that. The Homeowners Association, HOA, typically will go up a little bit every year because it's the same homeowners that are contributing every single year, and they have to create a budget. And if things are happening in the world, like, the heat is higher, maybe you have to water the grass more, maybe the lawn needs to be cut more, maybe the fountains in the community break, whatever it is, insurance, things go up in price, and sometimes your HOA will be one of them. Your community CDD, that will be something that, is a bond that's typically set in for 30 years. But honestly, I've heard it in some communities, it never goes away. But that is something you will learn about, and the bigger the community and the more things like slides and playgrounds and fitness centers and pickleball courts and basketball courts, the more they have, the more amenities, the higher the CDD fee, because the people that developed that community put all their money out first, and now they want their money back, and that is just the way it is. So you have to pay for it. And taxes, well, if you're using your real estate as your primary residence, you can save some taxes here in Florida because we have homestead exemption. So if it's your primary residence, you can save some money. Number 5 con. Oh my goodness. This is it. You're gonna need a car living here. That's it. There are bus systems, but let me tell you, it's not that simple, and it will take you a lot of time to get from one point of town to the other, and some areas don't even have buses. So you will be in trouble if you get a job somewhere that is far from where you live and there's no buses. That will be problematic. So I would suggest highly, if you're going to be coming to Jacksonville without a car, you better live close to where you're working, because it's not an easy process to get into the bus system. In some areas, They don't even reach with the bus system. So make sure you have a car and make sure it works well, because getting from one side of town to the other, even in a car, can take you a while, depending on the time of day and depending on the neighborhood. So that is my number 5 con, and you know what? That's it. That's all I want to tell you. I think living in Jacksonville is an awesome opportunity for you if you want to save money. It's a big city with a small town feel, but with someone professional like myself guiding you in the process when it comes to your desires, your budget, the type of home you want, even if you already have a job, finding the commute for you. Every area has a different vibe to it. It has a different feel to it. And you know what? We can go and see every community if that's what you want to do. I will help you break it down and make it as easy and smooth of a process as possible. But it will take you to message me, because I don't got your number, okay? So I'm going to leave you my email link, the link to my calendar. Message me. I can help you, and this process will be way better for you. And this is not going to be something you can do without someone like me, because it's too much. Too much. So thanks so much for watching, friends. And if you want any of my guides, make sure you leave me a comment below, and I will be happy to pass on my guides to you. I have created so many guides, and they are here to add value. And remember, life is too short not to love where you're living. I'm living the dream in Jacksonville, Florida, and I would love for you to be my neighbor. Call me. Bye for now.